Hi, this is video review of Ariete 1389 vintage model. It's a pump espresso machine. It's designed to brew espresso. It has also a steam vent here, so you can make cappuccino. It is also possible to make cafe americano or American style coffee on this machine, simply adding hot water to espresso. It has a retro design, vintage outlook, that's why it's called vintage. However, Ariete is a part of DeLonghi group, that's why it's no surprise for me that its construction is very similar to DeLonghi coffee makers, which are known for their good quality. There are some differences between Ariete and DeLonghi makers. However, in general, I can say that it is DeLonghi technologies inside, covered by vintage coating designed by Ariete. We have a 15 bar pump here. We have an aluminum boiler with a capacity of 180 milliliters. Ariete does not publish this information officially, but I measured it by myself. It's quite a big boiler if compared to competitors. For example, Philips, Sayaka and Gadget in their home use models, they have 110 milliliters boilers. DeLonghi, they also have 180 milliliters, and absolute majority of all other pump espresso machine for home use, they have 130 milliliters. Why I pay attention to that fact? Because big boiler guarantees that the temperature will be stable while you're preparing your coffee, and it is very important for espresso. This coffee maker is also equipped with a pressurized crema filter. That device is installed on majority of competitor models. It is needed to guarantee that you will have a decent cup of espresso with full body and rich crema, even if you use cheap ground coffee from supermarket. Here on Ariete it is made like a special rubber part that is placed under the filter basket. The controls are also made in vintage style. I rather like it. It is very easy to read. We have a thermometer here. However, as I will show you in the end of the video when I will disassemble it, that the sensor of the thermometer is located not inside the boiler, so it does not measure the temperature of the water. It measures the temperature near the boiler. That's why its measurements are not very accurate. However, it's better to have one than not. And here we have a steam vent. It is also called Panarella or Cappuccinatore. Ariete calls it Maxi Cappuccino. This device you use to frost the milk to make cappuccino. It rotates in many directions, that's good. However, I can't say that it's the best one that I ever used, but it's okay. I would give it 5 stars out of 5 if only it would be located on the right. But here on Ariete 1389 it is located on the left. Why it's bad? Because when you install portafilter or remove it, you see you can easily touch with the back of your fingers the steam vent, and the steam vent could be very hot just after you use it, especially if it is made of metal like this one. That's a not good idea to place it on the left. Here we have the drip tray. I like it. We have 9 centimeters here under the holder, but if you want to use higher glasses, you can easily remove it, and here it would be 12.5 centimeters, that is good enough. The second thing that is good about the drip tray is that it has less vibrations compared to DeLonghi models. Because the pump is located on top, not on the bottom like on DeLonghi, and the body of the coffee maker is massive enough. That's why there is less vibration from the pump on the drip tray, and that's why cups make less jingle sounds like it do on DeLonghi or even on Paemia with the metal drip trays. That's also a strong point. Now let's look on this coffee maker from behind. We have a switched on, switched off button located here. I don't really like it because if you have small kitchen and you have other devices on the left and on the right of your coffee maker, it would be hard to reach this area. Then we have a water tank. It is made of plastic, but plastic does not smell like on cheaper Chinese coffee makers. However, it is hard to understand is it enough water or not, because if you look from behind, it's hard to see the water level because of the shape of the water reservoir. If you try to look at it from the front, there is a special window, that's good. But if you place cup here, you can see nothing. So it would be better to move this window on the left or on the right. Let's go back to the water tank. You see there is a special tube. That's because the pump is located on top, and that tube going to the bottom of the water tank, and that's why it's hard to completely remove the water tank. However, the good news is that you don't need to remove it every time when you want to add the water, because you could place the tank here in this position. It is fixed. and you can add water from the bottle. And the last thing I want to mention is a cup stand. It is located here on the top. It is reliable, so you could put even massive cups here. It has double function. It is not only the cup stand, it is a cup warmer as well. And despite the fact that it is made of plastic, it becomes warm very soon after you switched on the machine, maybe several minutes, so it's quite efficient. And now I will quickly demonstrate how to make espresso and then cappuccino on that machine. And after that I will disassemble it, so you can see all the inner parts and understand how it works. And now I will place my camera here. To make an espresso we need to fill the filter. The filter basket with ground coffee, like this. We temper it a little. No need to temper it well, since we have pressurized crema filter inside. We place the holder here. We take the cup and we switch on the water supply. After coffee is ready, we switch the machine into the steam mode, and it starts heating the boiler to the 150 degrees Celsius to make steam. I take the milk and I put it in the cup for 1/3, and we will use a steam pan to frost the milk, and we will add it afterwards into the espresso, and we will get cappuccino. I wait for this light to come on. This will indicate that the machine is ready to serve the steam. Here we go. Now I recommend to switch on the steam for several seconds to let the water out. You see, because it's always some water in the first seconds, and after it comes on with the steam. We place cup like this, trying to allocate the steam vent on the border of milk and air. And we make it like this. So now we have espresso and milk foam. If we combine it, we will get cappuccino. And now let's disassemble it. So that's how that coffee maker looks inside. Here we have the water coming from the water tank. Then we have a pump produced by Ceme, but it has all the same characteristics as Ulka pumps. It has maximum pressure of 15 bar. Then we have a bypass back to the water tank, and then water goes to the boiler. A boiler is made of aluminum, and I'm just finished measuring its volume, and I've got the result. It's 180 milliliters of water that could be fit inside the boiler. It's a good result. Then we have two thermostats here and here, one for the coffee mode. It's configured for 100 degrees Celsius. Other is for steam mode. It's configured for 150 degrees Celsius. And we also have the third thermometer here. That's the one that shows temperature on the front panel. And we have a tube going from the boiler to the steam vent to the Panarella. And here we have the power supply of the boiler. It has an internal heating element. So that's all. The construction is quite simple. However, it is similar to any pump espresso maker. So they are all basically the same.